Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring Heavy Gear Revitalized, the first edition core rulebook. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this tabletop RPG of sci-fi drama and mech battles, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the tactical rules. The Silhouette Tactical Combat Simulator is played using counters that represent combat units and a hex-based map that represents the battlefield. Record sheets are used to track damage, and 6-sided dice are used to determine success or failure. The standard combat unit, represented on the map board by a counter, is either a single vehicle or a 10-man infantry squad. Vehicles are grouped into squadrons of around 5 vehicles. Infantry is generally grouped into platoons of 4 squads. Squadrons and platoons are referred to as combat groups for game purposes. Most battles should involve 1 to 3 combat groups per side. The battlefield is represented by a hex-based map for ease of play. Each battlefield hex represents a 50-meter wide area of terrain. For game purposes, the terrain of the entire hex is considered to be the terrain type which surrounds the dot in the center of the hex. Each increase in elevation levels represents a 50-meter increase in height. Smaller altitude variations are not significant enough to be represented at this scale. For a more realistic appearance, one can also use a hexless map, where only the center points are printed. In such a case, the dots, sometimes represented by 6 branched stars, are used to determine movement and facing. Each vehicle has an appropriate record sheet that details the necessary statistics for gameplay. These sheets allow clear tally of damage and other important information. The information breaks into 5 parts:
Attack.
the vehicle attributes, the crew skills, the weapons, the perks and flaws, and the battle damage. The infantry record sheet is discussed in the infantry section of this book. Vehicle attributes are values that define a vehicle. The numbers are used as indicators to show how good or bad, strong or weak each machine is. You have the threat value. Threat values are a good measure of a vehicle's strength. There is size. Every vehicle is assigned a size value based upon its mass. Then we have crew. Combat vehicles always carry a crew, with robotic systems replacing living crew members in high-tech vehicles. When it comes to speed, a vehicle's speed is translated directly into movement points. Then we have maneuver, which indicates a vehicle's ease of control and its responsiveness to sudden changes of direction. Sensors is a generalized rating of the quality and sophistication of a vehicle's detection systems, while fire control is a catch-all category for targeting devices and weaponry. There is also armor, which represents the toughness of the vehicle's armored hide and general structure. 3 values are listed: light damage, heavy damage, and overkill. They are equal to 1, 2, and 3 times the base armor value, respectively. When a vehicle is hit, the attacker's damage is compared to each vehicle's armor values in turn. The attack's effect is the last armor stage it has exceeded. When it comes to crew skills, they indicate the quality of a vehicle's crew. Skills are rated by experience. Higher skill indicates greater ability.
Standing by.
Concerning leadership, this value represents the commanding officer's skill at leading troops and planning tactics. Then you have the skill of piloting and maneuvering a walker vehicle, appropriately named as piloting. Concerning gunnery, this is the skill of aiming vehicle-mounted weapons or using fire control mechanisms. When it comes to electronic warfare, this is the skill of using sensors, jamming equipment, and other electronic packages in combat vehicles. When it comes to detection, detection scores are measures of the unit's ability to detect opponents who are well hidden. Let's talk about weapons. Most military vehicles carry weapons, logically. You have values such as accuracy. In addition to the vehicle's main fire control systems, the accuracy of each individual weapon affects the odds of successfully damaging opponents. Concerning damage multiplier, the damage multiplier of a weapon is a rating of how devastating the weapon's attack is. When it comes to range, The short, medium, long, and extreme ranges of each weapon are listed on the sheet. Then we have rate of fire. A weapon with a rate of fire of 0 expends 1 round of ammunition per attack. Weapons with rate of fire of 1 or more can expend considerable amounts of ammunition in a short time and lay down a hail of fire. When it comes to the ammunition itself, the amount of ammunition loaded into a weapon is listed in this stat or value. Then we have arc of fire. Firing arcs determine whether or not a given weapon can be aimed at a target. Then we have perks and flaws. Many vehicles have special features or defects. For example, manipulator arms are a perk possessed by all heavy gears, but not all walker vehicles. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about the combat round. There is a lot of detail to be explored through roleplay in this tabletop RPG. All of those different values and the situations that come upon because of the way that ammunition interacts with armor, the weapons that are being used, the skill of the pilots, of the crew. All of those results can be described in detail to add to the immersion of the session. Thank you for watching this part of the review. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. This has been Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. If you want me to run a game for you, please check out the pinned comment below. And remember, master roleplay and you will master the game. Once again, thank you, and see you later.